truly apologies. This was meant to be such a short video that I didn't need to put my timer up, and so I had no idea that it was about to run out, and obviously means I've been dribsing and drabsing a lot. But yeah, this guy at boarding school had put out a pen pal ad promising that he would respond to everyone, and thousands and thousands of points of mail. I had to get a little team of people to help him try and figure through these letters. And yeah, it was crazy. But what I saw is that people like doing these questionnaires, and so I went off and wrote these questionnaires in school, and I found that everybody wanted to do them. So in Facebook's early days, and there was this option, some tools that had been started to be added to Facebook, and you could build your own little questionnaire, little matrix of you know, and most people were only putting a very basic number of questions in them. They might only run for 6 or 5 or so, and I made the mistake maybe. I think I might have had 14, and I didn't realise, I kind of hoped I didn't have to have 14 outcomes, that I'd be able to, like a battle royale, to sort of taper down or taper off to less options, and it turned out, no, you had to fill it out. And so I think I had a ridiculous amount of work in front of me, and what was meant to be an hour and a half long project just to test the tools was 6.5 hours or something, just to put together some very basic, like just to fill out all the slots, if you will. And I couldn't have typed it in any quicker, but I was drawing on all my knowledge that I had at the time of what do people want, what do people need, in terms of questions, investigation about themselves. And there must have been some success to it, because you could plot, and I did. They gave the tools so you could actually see what your engagement was. And so it was like, yeah, first hour, like 2 watches. You know, I sent it off, I think, to 1 friend or 2 friends. And I refused to. I've not used Facebook for more than a decade. And once the messaging service changed, I never used it ever again. Never used the Facebook messaging beyond probably about 15 years ago. I don't know, quite a while ago. Probably maybe more than that, actually. And so apologies to anyone that's ever tried to reach out to me via Facebook if I haven't responded. It's just because I legitimately have never ever logged in to check those messages. But going back to these tools that Facebook had at this time, and you could plot it, and it was like 2 people. I didn't really share it with anyone, and that on purpose. I wanted to see, how does it spiral out? This was the whole purpose of what I'd created. And it was 2 people, and like maybe a couple of hours later it was 4 people, and then 10 people, and 100 people, and then like a day later it was 1,000 people. And then it was like 10,000 people, 30,000 people, 100,000 people, 300,000 people, and then it was just like 1 million. I think it might have stopped counting beyond that. So it just went to like maximum amount, and just went ka-tunk, ka-tunk, ka-tunk for like a couple of days, and then nothing. And by nothing, I mean there was probably some dribs and drabs down the bottom, like maybe 1,000 or something, and you could just basically gauge, okay, they're the people new to Facebook. They're the people who haven't done it yet. But you could see that it had actually gone around, it had gone and it had seen everybody, right? So we all know that viral videos do happen from time to time. We do know that it can happen. The trajectory can be found. Takeoff can realistically happen. And I gather that these videos are not the ones that are probably going to get me there. But I do believe in the power of the people, and I do see what happens when we unify and work together. And it's basically unlimited potential. It's certainly unlimited versus the mindset we all currently live in, which is where we are all very limited. And these constructs that we impose on ourselves really do hold us back. And I'm not saying that as a dreamer, I'm saying that based on psychology, I'm saying that based on the best of business, I'm saying this based on every handbook you've ever read in a self-help section. And if you haven't read those sorts of things, then you're probably holding yourself back. You know, we probably need to work on ourselves before we work on these things beyond us. And anyone out there that thinks I've worked on myself, absolutely not. In fact, these videos are testimony to the fact that I have not had a supportive community around me for forever. That there's nothing in these videos that shows the potential for success, and therefore they're not a great ad for what could be going forward. But that's why I can really reassure you that what I'm pitching is not me, and it's got nothing to do with my fallibilities. And it's when you assemble the best people together, those people generally have used these tools and these skill sets that actually allow them to be better, more engaging, more interactive people, more dynamic, and using their actual mentality, their genuine intelligence. And yeah, to that end, look, I didn't mean to go beyond 30 minutes. I do say thank you for your time, and I really wish you well. And please, if you have seen this video, even if you don't agree with the fact that the content is worthwhile, do just like it. And I don't just mean that this added little 5 minutes at the end, because I know I'm still haven't got the infrastructure to attach them together, so it's going to be 2 separate videos, which isn't really what I want. But when those videos get attached, right, that means that's the first step of my personal infrastructure changing, and whether that be my time allocations or whatever, that I start to review. And there's a few videos that need subtitling, and if I just come in and I've introduced a concept, for example, talking about, oh, this person here wants this much and they want to do this, and if I just added one more sentence there, I would have wound up that concept. And then I worked to the flip side, because my mind's trying to stay 2 sentences ahead of what I'm saying, so that I can try and wind things over and flow them on neatly. And sometimes that little inner editor just mucks up, and either because I get ego-based and therefore nervous for a second, and then I just trip over myself, and it all just goes low quality. It's happened quite a few times, and yeah, the first thing you'll realise when these videos start to get refined, and a few little subtitles pop up in just some appropriate moments to just wind out some ideas that didn't quite get fleshed out to what I was going for. When you find that the videos are actually being attached together, the ones that are actually in 2 parts, you know, when you see that happening, yeah, we've actually started the very next step. And so any of those big businesses that are thinking about buying a phone call with me, yeah, just be aware that the price on that phone call might be just about to go up by a factor of 10. Okay, and that's okay, because if your business can't afford that, that's fine. Reach out to me via email. There's a little bit of time. There's a bit of a circle going on. But at the moment, hey, everybody out there, you've got me for free. I mean, you can contact me directly just about, and I will respond. So look, make use of that. You know, it's you're not going to get better value. This is like this crazy ads on TV. You know, like limited time offer. You know, like it's good sales. I've got to create that sense of urgency in you that the product might be taken away, and that now's the chance. And if that's what it takes, then I'll be that salesperson, because I do believe that the ends justifies the means, that I need to be doing this, and I need to get your engagement. And so if that means getting on camera naked, no, that won't work for everybody. It might work for just a small part of the audience. Or if I'm going to do something dramatic and crazy, you know, then yeah, maybe I'll do that. You know, I pitched the other day that I'll put on 2 placards of the 10 Indian Commandments, and I'll just walk around. There's some national park nearby, and I'll have someone filming me, and maybe be on a microphone, because that's better sound, better production values. And you know, that video might be a bit more entertaining, and I'd like to think that I've committed a script to mind, and that I can, instead of looking at the script, I can actually just pitch it and do it really well. But yeah, between now and then I might have to work on myself a bit, and make this tool a better tool for you.